What's up, comic fans? Welcome to another segment episode of Pete's Basement. This has been a interesting week in comics, actually. A week of beginnings and endings, and I'm going to start it out first by thanking my good friend Diana for lunch today. Diana would be the girl in the picture. She, given the picture, you might have a little trouble distinguishing that. Diana is the pretty one. And if you have trouble distinguishing which one's the pretty one in that picture, Pete's Basement might not be the show for you anymore. Anyway, thanks, D. The food was great. On to this week, we have the Thanos Imperative, 6 of 6. Guys, if you weren't reading this, you missed out. I highly suggest you either go back, get on eBay, go to your local comic shop and get the back issues of this, or absolutely, positively pick up the trade as soon as it comes out. This story was exciting from beginning to end. It ended fantastically. I'm not spoiling a single thing for you. I know the boys are going to talk your ear off about this. This has been one of the coolest stories I've read in a very long time. A lot of people died. There's a lot of unexpected little twists. Thanos really shines as, like, kind of... He's got a fucking pretty brilliant plan in store. Last we saw of Thanos, he had betrayed us all and turned himself over to the Cancer versus Captain Marvel in order to die. And, well, obviously, that doesn't, you know, we win. The Thanos has a pretty cool plan up his sleeve. And, honestly, like, you need to read the Thanos Imperative. Please, guys, pick that up. By all means, let us know what you thought. If you've been reading the Thanos Imperative, I think it's one of the coolest stories. Hit us up, questions@petesbasement.com. Start a thread on Facebook. Title the email at Thanos Imperative. Just do something. Let's talk about Thanos, man. That shit was awesome. And what do we think is going on next? Because for once, for fucking once, Marvel did not throw some bullshit at us where, okay, this story ends, but it doesn't really end because now we're branching off into these whole other story concepts and shit like that. This was pretty definitive. And now, you know, obviously the lives of what heroes are left, who they are, I'm not going to tell you. But whatever heroes are left, they obviously have to, you know, continue on living, pick up the pieces, and, you know, get on without their fallen friends. And, you know, obviously, we're going to stick around and see what happens with them, but this story ended. It's finished. So, you know, this is going to be a pretty big jump-on point for anybody interested in getting into Marvel and their, like, Marvel's whole outer space kind of storyline deal. It's totally separate from Marvel's life on Earth and everything that's going on, like SpiderMan and the Avengers and all the, you know, bullshit stories going on down there and the crazy continuity and shit. It's like when Marvel goes out into space, they fucking do it right, man. Highly suggest you check out Thanos Imperative, and we'll see what's coming next. I know the boys are going to talk about that, so we're going to let them do it. And another new beginning, Dungeons & Dragons #1 from IDW. This was just fun, man. If you're at all a fan of, like, fantasy, stuff like that, if you've ever played D&D the game, or, you know, anything like that, fucking Warcraft, Final Fantasy, whatever, pick this up. It's fun. It's got no continuity problems. It's the first issue. It's just cool. You've got a dwarf, you've got an elf, a mage, a warrior. Come on. This is fantasy at its finest. It's like playing Final Fantasy 1 all over again. Back when I was a kid. This is awesome. Nicely done, IDW. More on Dungeons & Dragons as, you know, some storyline kind of develops. But you know it as well as I do. You know what I was here for today. I was here to talk to you guys about Spider-Man. So, Big Time came out this week. We have the standard Humberto Ramos cover for ASM 648. We've got the wraparound variant cover. We've got this weird kind of Tron/black costume neon lights variant cover. We've got the pure white variant cover. I guess this is like if you meet some artist at a show and you wanted to, you know, draw on your shit, so be it. And then there's the fucking $125 J. Scott Campbell fuck variant cover. I swear to you, it's popping up on the screen now because, believe it or not, everywhere I went was sold out of this fucking thing. And of course I was going to buy it because, as you guys know, I have every other issue of Amazing Spider-Man, so I have to have this one too. And I swear to God, I think between fucking Quesada and Scott Campbell, they're trying to put me in the poorhouse. They know about us, they know about the Pete's Basement show, they hate us, and that's what they're doing this on purpose. They know that I'm going to be stupid enough to buy this fucking shit, so they throw 6 covers at me that makes me spend almost $200 on them. You fucking kidding me? First of all, I am one of J. Scott Campbell's biggest fans, and I hate the fact, as you know, that he doesn't do interiors anymore. But what the fuck is this cover? Let's pop that shit up on the screen again. This is not, by any stretch of the imagination, one of J. Scott's finer pieces. This is kind of shit, honestly. I mean, what the fuck? Like, Jay, if you're gonna have me spend $120 on a cover, at least make this like some fucking seriously awesome Spider-Man art. This looks like you fucking threw this shit together after you took a goddamn line of ketamine and a fucking bottle of vodka to the head. Shit, man, you're better than that. You're better than a fucking variant cover artist. Come on, man. I'm like a spoiled brat not getting what he wants. I want a fucking full book. I want him to do a full book and enough of this variant cover shit. And Joe Quesada definitely, he hates me. He's bound to hate me because I hate what he's done to Spider-Man, my favorite character. And he does this shit to me on purpose. I'm fucking convinced. He sits there in his massive office, in his massive fucking house that I seen on like the Travel Network or the Food Network, whatever the fuck it was. He's got this massively awesome titanium kitchen and shit. Look at the size of him. And he's fucking sitting there and he's like, I hate that guy Pete from Pete's Basement. I'm gonna make fucking $300 worth of variant covers for Spider-Man so he can never do the basement again because he can't afford to live in it. And I'm gonna suck his money dry while I'm fucking doing it. And I'm gonna put him in the poorhouse. That's what they do. That's what they're after. But enough of me ranting about that. Let's get to the story quality. And surprisingly enough, I liked it. I really did. It was a traditional Spider-Man story. Finally, it was finally done right. I'm so excited. I mean, I know I've bitched about Dan Slott's stories before, but it was good. I hope to God it stays good. Peter almost gets thrown out of his house, and you know he's going to be homeless for about a couple pages there, and then he winds up getting this awesome science job at what the hell was Verizon or something like Horizon Science Labs. That was it. So now we're going to see Peter Parker, scientist, kind of throwing his brain around. We've seen Peter Parker, photographer. We've seen Peter Parker, failure. We very, very rarely get to see Spider-Man being as brilliant as he is. We also saw the debut of a new Sinister Six, which I think is fucking awesome. It's about time we're throwing that name around again. We've got Doc Ock, Sandman, and Mysterio from the original Sinister Six. Now we've also got the Rhino. We've got Electro. Sorry, I forgot about him. We've got 4 members of the original Sinister Six. Electro's now this, souped up, totally pure electricity kind of guy, which is definitely an improvement on the character as opposed to some dude that just shoots lightning bolts out of his hands. He was like the bitch version of Thor and Magneto. So now he's like pure energy. It's fucking awesome. He breaks into, I don't know, somewhere, he breaks into the Air Force Base, Andrews Air Force Base, through a light socket. That was pretty cool. We also have so let's see, through the Sinister Six again. We've got Doc Ock, Mysterio, Sandman, Electro, the Chameleon, and the Rhino. That's a fucking nice lineup right there. Some all classic Spidey villains. No new guys, assholes. No Freak. No fucking Menace. This is all classic stuff. This is what I want to see. We've got Spidey actually leading the charge for the Avengers in the first couple of pages, which is a real nice touch. We get to see Spidey really shine and kind of push past Reed Richards and Tony Stark. He's like, no, wait a minute, I figured this out. These guys are the brains of the Marvel Universe. And he's like, no, we don't have time for your silliness. He's like, nah, chill, I got this. Great story, good writing, funny shit. What else? What can I say about this? I really hope that this is an effective new direction. I hope we stay in this direction. This whole Death of Spider-Man thing, that's coming in February makes me a little nervous because I really enjoyed this. I hope big time pays off. Big time, I guess, pun intended. But I hope it doesn't just last for 2 months and then they get shit again, because that'll suck. If the Death of Spider-Man is anything less than, excuse me, Spider-Man going to kick the fucking snot out of Mephisto, and even if, like, let's say he doesn't get back together with Mary Jane yet, whatever, that's probably not going to happen, so I guess I better drop that fucking pipe dream. But I don't want Mephisto to win. Spidey's too cool a character. He's too much of a down-to-earth kind of character for Mephisto to win. So I want him to kick the snot out of Mephisto and move on with his life. Like, you fucked my life up. I know I did. I did this to myself, but you still fucked my life up. So now I'm gonna hand you your ass and get on with my life. I doubt they're gonna put him together with Mary Jane anymore. We're gonna explore his relationship with Carly Cooper. The angst between him and the Black Cat now that Spidey's dating again. That's pretty funny. So that'll lead to some interesting little quips. And hopefully Slot's got enough humor up his sleeve to really throw some good lines in there. What else can I say, man? This is an excellent jump-on point for Spidey. I got high hopes for it for the first time in a really long time. I think the last time I felt this good about a Spidey story was probably the Grim Hunt. But I knew that was going to last for 4 issues and, pretty much tank afterward. And I was right. This one, once again, I've got high hopes for. This is, there's no real end in sight. This is just a totally new beginning. We're seeing a brand new Peter Parker and a much more confident Spider-Man. It's about time we see Spidey win again. We've been seeing him play the terrible, terrible loser for probably the past 3-4 years now. Ever since Civil War, I think. And, this is a good direction. I'm happy to be enjoying Spider-Man again. And, like I said, even if it's not going to be the ideal Spidey story like I want it to be, I'm man enough to take the bits and pieces of it that I like and enjoy that and not harp on the bullshit. So, looking forward to some Spidey stories. By the way, Spidey's now going to be coming out twice a month, as opposed to the 3 times a month or 17 times a month or once a month scheduling that Marvel couldn't quite get right. So look for Spider-Man bi-monthly, and I'm going to turn you over to the rest of the boys and see what they have to say about Thanos Imperative, and maybe Steve read some Spidey. I know he texted me on Thursday after he'd gone to the shop and said, hey, I'm reading big time and I really like it. I'm not sure if he's going to review it for you, but we'll see. I think that just about does it for me, guys. So we will see you next week at a round table. We'll have the boys back, and fucking keep hitting us up, man.
Welcome to episode blah blah blah. A segment episode. We all have plans and things to do this weekend, and well, after what happened last time in the basement, you don't go back to the scene of the crime. That's all I'll say. That's it. This week was weird. It's a mixed week for me. I was happy on some books and other books. So let's get right down to it, because my editor's probably telling me, hurry up, Ramon. First off, American Vampire number 8. Damn good book. We've been praising this book for a while. You should get on this book now, before it becomes less jump-on friendly. Vertical books tend to become jump-on unfriendly after a while. House of Mystery, Unwritten, just to name a few. And it's just a fantastic series. It is vampires and different types of vampires, and because it's a vampire that first created in America, different powers to him. It's just good shit, really good shit. I don't know if it's book of the week, but I don't know what is book of the week. But anyways, Batgirl number 15. I like it. It's fun. It's a fun Batman book. There's plenty of action and fighting and humor, and there's enough of the